I interviewed this woman whose name is Ann Tish. Now, I live in Florida. The Tish family name isn't as prevalent as it is in New York. And so all I knew of Ann Tish was that she was the founder of the Harlem School for Girls. And what they did was they grabbed at-risk youths early on, these girls, and they brought them up so that they could be successful. And that was something that I really thought was a great mission. And so I did a phone interview with her, and we did great phone, and she said, you know, next time you're in New York, let's have lunch. And I said, that sounds great. So the next time I was going to a trip to New York, my agent was going over my itinerary with me, and I said, okay, so I'm going to Penguin, and then after that, I'm having lunch with this lady, Ann Tish, and she says, well, you know who that is, don't you? And I said, oh yeah, she's the founder of the Harlem School for Girls. And she says, no, Fawn, Tish, you don't know the Tish family? And I said, no. She says, well, they own New York. All the Lowe's hotels, the ball team, CBS, you know. And then she says, you need a new wardrobe. So my friends set about taking me to go shopping for the right suit to go to this lunch. And there I am in New York, and I'm getting ready that morning. And I go to the closet. And, you know, I still haven't advanced so far mentally from the days when I was a starving author. So at that point, I'm staying at the Hojo's on Times Square. And I go to my closet, and I look, and I've got the suit that I got at Neiman's. And then I've got the suit that I always wear that I had from Macy's. And it's a couple of years old. And I look at the Neiman's suit, and the Macy's suit, and the Neiman's, and the Macy's, and I put on my Macy's suit. I grabbed the fake Fendi that I bought on Canal Street the day before. And I go out in the world to do my very best. So I show up for lunch in this exquisite restaurant in one of their hotels on Park. And we sit down at lunch, and it's one of these out-of-body kind of experiences because the wait staff is so attentive. They're like, hey, Mrs. Tish, would you like some more coffee? Right. Oh, Mrs. Tish, would you like a chocolate chip cookie just right out of the oven? Right, they're taking such good care of her. And then all the people are stopping by the table, and it's like, oh, Anne, so good to see you. And I finally look at her, and I said, does that get a little bit old after a while? And she goes, it's awful. When I throw a party, I lock myself in the bathroom, and I take my cell phone, and I call my girlfriends up. She says, so you're a professional speaker. That must mean that you have to travel and are away from home quite a bit. And I said, yes. There is nothing that I miss more than Friday night out for dinner with the girls, followed by a nice trip to Super Walmart. You know, to one of the richest women in the world. And she just stares at me. And I finally, you know, just get okay in my skin there. And she finally says, I just love Target. And I said, you're kidding me. She said, no, I went to Super Target 2 weeks ago, and I spent $400, and I was cashing out, and the woman said to me, Mrs. Tish, would you like to save 10% on your order? And I said, well, yes, I would. And so then, you know, I sent her an email and said, you know, I'm telling people all over the country that you go to Target. And she writes back and says, well, I go to Kmart too. The point is that you will always get more by being who you are, by letting go of the facade that we think we have to maintain by being successful, responsible, professional women. You still have that core, successful part of you that is you. So embrace that. Find that. Mine it.